It's Wednesday night with Evolve on Tubi. And let's start by showing you what took place after we went off the air last week. Aaron Rourke had just successfully defended his title against both Harlem Lewis and Braxton Cole. When after the match, Cam Hendricks and Harley Riggins tried to seize their moment and soften up the champion. We ended the night with things looking bleak for Rourke, but take a look at this. The champ proving just as resourceful as he is charismatic, managing to escape for now, but the question remains. Will Cam Hendricks and Harley Riggins get their chance with him in the ring? We'll hear from the Evolve champion tonight. And we've got a huge main event for the Women's Championship still to come. But first, let's hear from the Evolve Women's Champion, Wendy Choo.
Tonight is my very first title defense. And am I nervous? Of course I am. Do you know how long it took me to get this title? It's my very first championship. Ooh, and the standard that Callie and Kendall set holding this title, I got big shoes to fill. Speaking of standard, did you watch that triple threat match last week? Sheesh! Aaron Rourke killed that. And I'm curious to hear what he has to say tonight because he's always spilling the tea. But tonight, we're kicking off the show with a 6-man tag match. And with our up-and-coming talent, I want to see who's hungrier, who wants it more. But just remember, it's going to take more than hunger and luck to become an Evolve champion.
I'm a G like Ali, I'm in the alley while I'm in Cali. And I'm in my body, I got sick quicker than whipping a rally. I leave a man red like Carrie, where am I Batman carry, you know? Ain't nobody to get know what it's for. No, key to key, I'm a bro.
Main man energy.
I don't have it today. I don't have it, Blake. I don't have the main man energy today.
Peter, it's the top of the show. I was expecting you to bring it.
No, I'm not. I can't deal with these guys.
The following is a 6-man tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first the team of Jakari Ball, Santi Rivera, and Max Abrams.
Well, it's certainly a big night here on Tubi. We will see the Evolve Women's Championship on the line in our main event. We'll hear from our Evolve champion, Aaron Rourke. But you see the main man right there, Max Abrams, along with his crew. They announced their formation 2 weeks ago after Max took out Cappuccino Jones during the bull rope match, only to have all three of these ID talents beat him down when Cap was left defenseless. And then last week, when Romeo Moreno and Starboy Hall said they weren't interested in joining up, that did not sit well, and you see the carnage that ensued thanks to this ID 2.0 squad.
Yeah, because these are terrible guys. I don't understand what got into Max Abrams. I don't understand where he learned to be this way. This is not the main man energy anybody's looking for.
Went out and recruited a couple of others in the ID program. But they still have to worry about this ID talent.
And their opponents, the team of Chaz Starboy Hall, Romeo Moreno, and Cappuccino Jones.
Peter, Cappuccino Jones has been one of the cornerstones of the ID program ever since its inception. And then, of course, we saw the debut of Romeo Moreno a couple of weeks ago, and one that's been buzzing all throughout the WWE universe, Chaz Starboy Hall.
I gotta tell you, all three guys on this team have more main man energy than Max Abrams could ever have. Because all of these guys know who they are, and they show it in the ring.
Well, it seems like the difference is, as Max Abrams was ascending up the roster, he found three guys who do, in his mind, possess that main man energy. But this is the first time as a unit these guys will compete inside the ring. They've got a lot to back up.
Absolutely right, but guess what? It is the same on both sides in that regard. That's what's gonna make this such a fun matchup, is you have 6 really talented guys who are not accustomed to working together, trying to make it work for one night.
Bell sounds are underway. Max Abrams was going to
that's
with
main man
Cappuccino
energy.
Jones.
Yeah, sure. Very main man energy.
And what a change in attitude from Max Abrams over the last few weeks. What to talk about delusion.
Yeah, the man has lost his mind. I hate those neon shorts, by the way. As you see my guy, Cappuccino Jones. You want to talk main man energy. Cappuccino Jones been showing it week after week.
He's in there with Jacare Ball, the Hellcat, who's certainly that interesting mix of sneakiness and quickness.
Watch out.
Quick roll up there by Cappuccino, only gets one, but Jacare Ball, an absolutely incredible athlete. We've already seen inside the ring here at Evolve, but now grouped up with these other guys, very well could be a difference maker.
Jacare Ball is a physical freak. Oh, it's just Cappuccino Jones doing what he does.
As Cappuccino taking them all out right now, Max Abrams wants nothing to do with it.
No. Oh, watch out, though. And that's main man energy, is jumping up and down like a fool and being scared of Cappuccino Jones. Okay.
Well, it's certainly working right now for Jacare Ball, the former Division I wrestler, a former 3-time national qualifier, over 80 wins in Division I wrestling. As here's the tag into Santi Rivera.
Oh, man. You know, previously I had thought that my former broadcast colleague, Robert Stone, had the best abs in all of Evolve. That has definitely been surpassed by Jacare Ball.
He's called himself top 3 physique for quite some time. I'm not sure he'd be top 3 in this group.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Blake, this group is in incredible shape, up and down.
Tag made a Chaz Starboy Hall.
Man, Starboy Hall, you could argue, and I think this is reasonable, has jumped in to Evolve with more energy and momentum than anyone in the history of Evolve so far.
He certainly has big shoes to fill in the ID program, and he stepped right up to the plate. As right now, Chaz Starboy Hall with the Mexican arm drag off the top. Nice takedown to the divine design of Santi Rivera. Now Chaz, tag made, I believe, as here comes Romeo Moreno and El Freestyler. Sort of pick up the pace.
Look at these guys go. This is why you tune into Tubi on Wednesday nights.
A frenetic pace indeed as Cappuccino Jones, Chaz Starboy Hall, and Romeo Moreno standing tall right now in our opening contest.
I got to tell you, for my money, you cannot find better in-ring action than you can here on Evolve on Wednesday nights.
Backing it up each and every week on Tubi.
Oh, man. Romeo's impressive, too.
He's got those unique movements inside the ring.
He's also physically interesting. Like, Moreno's body type is one you haven't seen before. He's slender and tall, but really can get around, has some muscle as well, and can get up. You see that Insaguri? So much energy as well as he's taking it to Jacare Ball now.
One of his big idols that he models his career after is Axiom, former 2-time NXT Tag Team Champion and current SmackDown Superstar. But right now, there's a tag made to Max Abrams, and that main man energy coming out in full force right here.
Is it biased for me to say I hate this guy? Is that unjournalistic of me?
He's certainly entitled to your opinion, and right now, if you listen to the Evolve Universe, Peter, I think they agree with you.
Yeah, he's just an absolute piece of work, and I mean that in the worst way possible.
I had an opportunity to speak to him earlier, and he said he's main man maxing. Not exactly sure what that means.
Main man maxing?
There's a cover, hooks the outside leg, only gets 2. Thought maybe you could help me with that.
No, I can't. I don't know what this guy is talking about. I know he's completely changed from the second
tag made.
We saw him show up a few months ago. He is a different guy in every way. As you see now, Jacare Ball going to work on Romeo Moreno.
And Ball showing off that power and strength as the Hellcat rolls right through.
Man, that strength is something though.
In the gut wrench position. And look at Jacare Ball having his way right now with Romeo Moreno. And Peter, he might hit it for a 3rd time.
I don't know if I recall anyone doing this.
Certainly a different shade of Three Amigos right here.
I don't know if I've ever seen the Three Amigos with the gut wrench before. Wow. That is cool stuff from Jacare Ball.
And Santi Rivera drops the elbow into the cover, hooks the outside leg. Only 2 there, and of course you see CJ Valor cheering him on the outside, and you have to wonder, what's Valor's ultimate role in this group?
Yeah, it's hard to tell right now. Obviously, he didn't make the cut for the 6-man tag, but he is passionately involved in this match. Take a look at his eyes.
As you see, the triple team could be on its way right now. Santi Rivera. The momentum sends him over the top rope all the way to the floor. And now Moreno's got a clear path to Chaz Starboy Hall.
Oh, man, this is what people came here to see. This the Denim Dragon doing what he does.
And Hall, the young veteran, looking to get things done right here. And Chaz Starboy Hall.
Little miscommunication from Jacare Ball and Max Abrams.
Look at that! Snaps off the head scissors. Does Chaz Hall. Now taking a look to the outside as Cappuccino Jones, he's gonna wipe out Santi Rivera. The bodies are starting to pile up. Romeo Moreno getting fired up.
What's he thinking about?
As Romeo, he might let it fly.
Oh my goodness!
And El Freestyler with the plunge to the floor.
I thought he was gonna hit his head on the lights here
But
in the
Peter,
Evolve Arena.
when the straps come down, the dragon comes up.
Uh-oh.
And here comes Starboy. Sasuke Special.
Starboy Hall, this is why the internet exploded when Chaz Hall showed up on Evolve.
And let the bodies hit the floor as right now in this six-man tag team match.
On Saturday, June 27th, returning to Kingdom Arena in Saudi Arabia. It's a night of glory, a night of greatness, a night of champions. Live from Kingdom Arena. Tickets on sale now.
Back in action here on Evolve, six-man tag team matchup. And Peter, this one's been pretty crazy all throughout the break.
Yeah, that you could say that again. Crazy through the break, crazy since the bell rung.
Oh, there's CJ Valor. We wondered his role, Peter, stepping right up to Chaz Starboy Hall. And that numbers game could play a role as you see Jakari Ball sending Hall back first right in that steel ring post.
I don't know if Chaz Hall recovers from that. That is tough. The back of Chaz Hall just slammed into the ring post.
But this ID 2.0 crew taking full advantage of the numbers game. The tag has been made. And they look to be in the driver's seat right here as Santi Rivera.
Watch out.
With a modified neck breaker, here comes the main man, Max Abrams. Ooh.
I'll tell you what, though.
Here we go into the cover, center of the ring.
As much as I can't stand Max Abrams, you've got to give it up. So athletic, so ripped to shreds, and he really flies around that ring.
And Peter, seeing his early Evolve career, it seemed like he was a bit directionless, kind of trying to find his feet, getting his feet under him, if you will. Is this ultimately when Max Abrams needed to succeed?
I don't know if it's what he needed, Blake, but obviously it's who he is. I mean, trunks that color are a choice. He made that choice today when he left that.
Certainly made a lot of interesting choices over the last couple of weeks here on Wednesday nights.
Well, and guess what? I think Cody Rhodes made an interesting choice training Max Abrams at the Nightmare Factory.
That's a great point there. Certainly one of his prized students, and you have to wonder how the American Nightmare feels about what's gone down with Max Abrams over the last couple of weeks. As Jakari Ball taking advantage in the corner here, and once again.
But did you see the speed and power behind that?
Exploding right through as Abrams into the cover, hooks the outside leg.
So awesome.
Another near fall. Is this new 2.0 crew looking to pick up essentially where the Vanity Project left off?
Well, those are large shoes to fill, and you have to develop a lot of cohesiveness because Jackson Drake, Brad Baylor, and Ricky Smoke certainly were a unit.
Those guys all came together very quickly, and you see these four.
And you see CJ Valor.
Here we go, another cover, two. But Peter, these four have really started to gel very quickly.
Yeah, they really have. Pretty impressive stuff here early on. And now Chaz Hall, as you see Max Abrams going back to work on the back of Starboy, who of course slammed against that ring post back first.
We talk about all the opportunities some of these ID talents have received, but the opportunity that the top female ID talent will receive later on tonight, Lady Luck, one-on-one with Wendy Chu. The champ put down the challenge. Lady Luck looking to pick it up tonight, and we could see another changing of the guard in the women's division.
Yeah, an absolute battle of Evolve veterans. Laney Luck and Wendy Chu have both seen a lot in the wrestling business, and tonight, Laney Luck with the biggest opportunity of her career.
We'll see how that one transpires tonight in our main event, but right now, the six-man tag starting to break down a little bit. Max Abrams gets the tag, I think unbeknownst to Chaz Starboy Hall, who's scratching and clawing, trying to make another tag to the fresh man, and creates the separation. Now Hall needs to turn around here, Peter, and he's, and just like that, Rivera and Ball pull off Romeo Moreno and Cappuccino Jones.
And now the referee getting in the way of Moreno and Cap.
All 6 stars are in now. This one's starting to break down. Ball heads to the outside. Rivera dumped to the floor as Max Abrams whipped in there. And here comes Cap, and the pot is hot.
Come on, Cap. Take this guy out. I'm sorry, I know I shouldn't root, but I really want to see Cappuccino Jones take it to Max Abrams.
And Peter, internally we wonder, has Cappuccino Jones failed in his big opportunities here on Evolve? He's got a chance to redeem himself right now.
That's exactly right. This guy has fought so hard, come up just a bit short in major opportunities. Can he get it done here tonight?
We've seen it in a bull rope match, we've seen it in championship matches, but Cappuccino Jones looking to lead the charge right here tonight.
And remember, he should have won that bull rope match if it wasn't for these guys.
Indeed, as Cappuccino has got maybe the biggest beef of all.
Absolutely.
The shotgun drop kick in the corner.
Yeah, exactly, Cap. You know what Max Abrams did to you.
Indeed, sending that message right there to the main man as Abrams goes down. Jakari Ball clothesline to the floor.
Man, and we've talked about a lot of athleticism here tonight. Never, never sleep on the athleticism of Cappuccino Jones.
The head scissors takeover, down goes Santi Rivera.
Watch
The clothesline wipes him out. Wait a minute, keep your eyes on Max Abrams as Cappuccino
Watch
in a
out.
position. The half and half into the cover.
Is that it?
Hooks the inside leg. And Abrams able to hang on.
Max Abrams showing a little bit of toughness.
As Cap might be looking to turn the corner here. He might be going for it all. And oh! Gets stunned with a knee by Max Abrams, and a tag made here to Jakari Ball. As this 2.0 crew might be looking to close the door right now.
Oh, what Cappuccino Jones needs to do is make his way to Romeo Moreno, who really hasn't got a lot of opportunities. Let's see the swing blade.
An assisted one indeed into the cover. Hooks the outside leg. Oh! And referee Gary Wilson says it's only 2. This ID 2.0 crew certainly thought that was enough. Now Santi Rivera
There it is.
grabs Cap, and here's the tag to Romeo Moreno. I don't think the ID crew realizes it.
Oh, the missile drop kick off the top from Romeo Moreno goes right back to Cap, who go now tag Starboy.
And there's an assist. The punch, the brain buster. Look at this triple threat coming. Starboy's up. Shooting. Star. Press. Into the cover. Oh!
I thought Cappuccino and Romeo provided enough cover there to secure the pinfall for Starboy after that shooting star press.
Just as that hand was coming down to count 3, everything was blown up right in our faces. As Romeo Moreno, Chaz Starboy Hall, and Cappuccino Jones thought they had enough.
Is this still our first match?
Indeed it is. What a way to kick off tonight's episode. Of course, we're going to bookend it with this incredible 6-man tag. And of course, we talked about the Evolve Women's Championship on the line. But who's going to walk out with the victory here, Peter?
This is an unbelievable way to spend your Wednesday night.
As we've got a bit of a showdown here in the Evolve Arena.
Here we go. Let's get it.
And all 6 stars starting to throw down right here.
We have seen everything in this match, Blake.
This one coming a bit unglued right now. Cappuccino Jones heads to the floor right in front of us. Santi Rivera in there with Chaz Starboy Hall. Oh, what a counter here. And Rivera turns him inside out.
Oh, this could be it for Starboy.
And there's the tag into Jakari Ball.
Romeo Moreno and Cappuccino Jones nowhere to be found. And Starboy, who's had a tough going here in the second half of this matchup.
And Abrams up top after the belly-to-belly by Ball. Into the frog splash, into the cover. Oh, and another save by Romeo Moreno.
Oh, I thought that was all she wrote. But Romeo Moreno makes the save.
Back and forth, near fall after near fall. Cappuccino Jones with the decapitator wipe it out. Ball. And then Starboy now starting to pick up some steam. He pops up. Pele kick. Down goes Abrams.
Wow.
And now Starboy.
Find me a better wrestling match on television than this 6-man tag.
Looking to take over here.
Now Romeo, who really has not gotten in this match in a major way offensively in a while, gets the tag.
And Moreno with the headbutt. He might be looking to take full advantage here. Abrams looks out on his feet here. And Moreno into position from all the way upstairs.
Hold on.
Oh! Spanish fly!
Oh, here comes CJ Valor.
And we talked about Valor being that enforcer. that bit of an X factor on the outside. Wait, it's Gall!
What? It's Gall's doing the right thing! I knew it was in him!
He thought these guys were his buddies.
But now Thatcher's new security has gone after It's Gall!
Being quite aggressive out here, taking its Gall out. It appears Gall has inadvertently distracted Romeo Moreno. And just like that, with the main objective, and Abrams is going to steal the victory.
Here are your winners, the team of Jacare Ball, Santi Rivera, and Max Abrams.
Peter, a lot of moving parts in this matchup. It's Gall coming to make the save. Certainly the last guy we expected to come out here in relief of Jones, Moreno, and Hall.
You got to give Gall credit for trying, but when it's all said and done, feel how you want. The future is in great hands. All 6 of these prospects were incredible and proved why they belong here on Evolve on Wednesday nights. The action was fast and fierce, both sides taking big risks, as you saw Romeo Moreno and Starboy lighting it up with incredible offense, but in the end, Max Abrams capitalizes on the chaos as Gall's attempt to help backfires, distracting Romeo and opening the door for a massive victory for Max Abrams and company.
Well, let's head to Chewy standing by with the ID 2.0 crew.
Wow, what's with the attitude, you guys? What's going on? What's going on?
Wow, what a question, Chew Man. You know what I call what this is? Main man energy. You want to take a turn? Give me it. You see, unlike Marcus Mathers and Sam Holloway, we take opportunity. We don't wait for it.
Hey, Choo-choo, I got next, big dog. And guys like Cappuccino Jones, that boy just got mauled.
Right over here. Choo-choo train, come over here. Let's give it a hand of applause for those. We learn from their mistakes.
I thought when the Vanity Project got called up, this kind of attitude will be gone, but I guess not, because you guys are a lot worse, all right? You guys are horrible. Let's check in with Laney Luck backstage, y'all. Wow.
Tonight, I compete for the WWE Evolve Women's Championship. And you know, preparing for the biggest match of my life has kind of had me reflecting on just how the hell I got here. You know, it was one time driving home from Ironheart Pro, 8 hours, alone. It's 2 in the morning, and it's raining so hard I can't barely see the road in front of me, and of course my tire explodes, and I spin out, and I'm sorry, I get a little shaky just thinking about it. When I got back in that car after trying to change my tire, and I felt that cold rain soaking into my clothes, I couldn't help but wonder, is this all worth it? The rundown bars, the fairground shows, man, what was I doing? I could have gave it all up. Right there, I could have crumbled. But not this girl. I got back out there and I changed that tire. I drove those last 3 hours home, soaking wet, because I knew I couldn't give up this dream. I had to make this all worth it. It didn't matter what came up. I was gonna make it happen. And Wendy, seeing all your hard work finally pay off and you win a WWE championship was so inspiring that I saw exactly how it could be me. It's my time to make the Women's Evolve Championship 2 turns.
Laney Luck's journey leads her to tonight, but first we'll hear from our champion, Aaron Rourke. Last Wednesday, he defeated Harlem Lewis and Braxton Cole, but what's next for the champ and the Evolve Championship? We find out next on Evolve.
On July 18th, the world's most famous arena delivers the main event.
You know what time it is? It's Saturday night!
Everyone is buzzing about this spectacle.
It's Saturday night's main event at the Garden, the Night of Fanatics Fest NYC. Tickets on sale now.
You sound perfect, girl.
I know, thank you. Look, we need the space to rehearse for our new music video, and Carmen, you're just like not the vibe. So if you can just skedaddle, please.
You know what, Nikita? Despite you frolicking around here with all your fake positive energy, you're actually a self-centered narcissist. And me and all the other women in the locker room are really tired of you steamrolling over all of us.
You know, it sounds to me like you're looking for a fight, Carmen.
Wow, that's probably the best idea you've ever had. So you know what? I'll handle either one of you next week.
Great. I'll go talk to Foreman Thatcher, and honestly, now that I'm like feeling the vibe in here, you've kind of soiled it. I have a much better place in mind, so let's go.
Bye. Okay, whatever, like ruining my whole work.
Well, looks like there could be a strike fest next Wednesday night.
Right now in Evolve, we have two of the most unique champions in WWE history. And as the foreman, I'm very proud how they represent the brand. The first one is Wendy Choo. She's a woman that's reinvented herself multiple times in order to get to the top. Well, she finally conquered that mountain, and tonight she'll be in action against Lanie Luck for her very first title defense. But what I want to address right now is who is going to be next in line for Aaron Rourke and the Men's Evolve Championship.
Well, the champ is looking fabulous and fantastic as always, but I can't imagine he's feeling fabulous or fantastic after what went down last Wednesday with Cam Hendricks and Harley Riggins. Although he did manage to escape unscathed.
Yes, Aaron not only got past Harlem Lewis and Braxton Cole with his championship, but he also evaded a 2-on-1 assault as we saw earlier. But this is a new chapter for Evolve, a new season, and with that comes a fresh batch of contenders. Let's see what the champ has to say about all of them.
Thank you, Mr. Foreman, for that wonderful introduction. I think it's safe to say that I am more than ready for my next challenger. But I just have some words for anyone who's listening in the back right now. I mean, he said it for me. When it comes to this title, I will do whatever it takes to keep it, because that's the kind of champion I am. I don't call myself a diamond because it's a cute nickname. It's because, like diamonds, I am built from pressure, and I thrive in it. When this title is on the line, I go to a whole different level. Y'all saw it against Starboy? I know. And when I beat Jackson Drake, and whether I like it or not, we cannot deny Jackson Drake is incredible in this ring. So, Mr. Foreman, line them up. Put whoever you want in front of me, and I will happily drop them one by one, just like that.
Aaron, you're looking for a challenger for the Evolve Men's Championship. Well, it's your lucky day. I have the perfect person for you. Me. I mean, who better? I got charisma, athleticism, and the star power to carry this brand to the future. I mean, I am the greatest general manager in Evolve history. Sorry, Timothy. So, what do you say we do this next week?
Not today. You do not got cut in front of the line, Cam, not this time. But for me, I hold a huge victory over Aaron Rourke's little ID friend, Cappuccino Jones, in a bull rope match. So with that being said, your number one contender for that Evolve champion, it is me, the bad man that hails from Alabama. Bam, 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 bam. What the? Order! Gentlemen, I appreciate the hustle of everybody here in this ring, buttering up the foreman in an attempt to be the next man to hold that prestigious Evolve title. But I must inform you that your efforts are in vain. Order. The truth is, you all have faces built for radio. And there is only one man suitable to be the next face of Evolve, and he is already the most handsome man in England, and therefore the entire world, Tristan Angels. Shh, order! So please, order! So please, may we skip the formalities and make me the man to knock Aaron Rourke off his throne.
Right now, he's unloading on Cam Hendricks and Harley Riggins. We've got some chaos in the ring.
Yeah, the foreman.
Hey! None of this! We're not having any of this! Hey, now with me standing right here! Brooks, Dorian, Cam, Tristan. I'm doggone! Fatal four-way next week. Winner gets an Evolve Championship match in 3 weeks, okay?
Wow.
Okay?
Hold on.
All right, now get out of here. Get out. Hey, get out of here. Sign your hook. Get out of here. You get out of here.
Touch anybody. Big news by the foreman.
Absolutely.
All right. Now that's who we got left. Who we got? All right, you and you want to fight? Let's go. Great. Do it now! Bring me a referee!
Well, looks like Harley Riggins and Tate Wilder are about to throw down. That match coming up next here on Evolve.
This August, from the home of the Minnesota Vikings, 2 epic nights of WWE SummerSlam.
Welcome, everyone, to the biggest event of the summer.
Are you ready? SummerSlam, Saturday, August 1st and Sunday, August 2nd.
Back here on Tubi, and Peter, we got a lot of action right in front of us now. Foreman Thatcher laying down the log right before we went to commercial break. A big fatal four-way match next week to determine the new #1 contender for the Evolve Championship, which will have a matchup in 3 weeks. But how about this one? He put it right in front of us. Harley Riggins, Tate Wilder, one-on-one.
Vicky Derrico with her hands full, as now all of a sudden we get Tate Wilder and Harley Riggins, thanks to our fearless leader, the Foreman, Timothy Thatcher.
Cape Rada there by Tate Wilder. As you know, Wilder's been laser focused on getting it right to Harley Riggins and, of course, Cam Hendricks. Ever since that attack in the parking lot several months ago.
I gotta tell you, Tate Wilder looking better than ever, wants the smoke. This is a guy who sees himself as the face of Evolve and could show everyone in this locker room a lot if he taught Harley Riggins a lesson here tonight.
And we've certainly seen Tate Wilder amp up that aggression in recent weeks. But it's gonna take more than that to get by Harley Riggins.
Harley Riggins, no question, a legit bad man. He may not be from Alabama, bam, 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 but he is a bad dude.
Of course, that man, Brooks Jensen, along with Tristan Angels, Dorian Van Dukes, and Cam Hendricks in that fatal four-way match next week to determine that #1 contender. But Harley Riggins, Peter, a guy who we saw burst onto the scene on Evolve in a tag team, as there's a back senton, and we were going to the cover. Shoulders are down, only gets 2, but in recent months, it's been all Harley Riggins on his own. How has he ultimately stood out?
He has stood out in a really big way, Blake. I mean, Harley Riggins is as talented as he is obnoxious. He is as dangerous in the ring as much as he is a bully. And there's no question, the man is a bully, but he also knows how to get it done once he's in the ring.
And originally, targeting Tate Wilder, not wanting him a part of Team PC. But you always have to wonder, what is the continued beef with Tate Wilder?
Well, it's because Tate Wilder, with good reason, has not let this go yet. I mean, these are guys, I talk about the bullying nature of Harley Riggins, and really no one person has more been in the crosshairs of Harley Riggins than Tate Wilder, and I get Tate hanging on to that. As you see some blood in the mouth of Tate Wilder.
Not a lot of mutual respect between these two. We certainly there's a lot of mutual respect in our main event between Laney Luck and Wendy Chu when it comes down for the Evolve Women's Championship. But right here, this one has gotten quite personal over the last couple of months, and it seems like Harley Riggins has been the barrier between Tate Wilder ultimately getting his hands on Cam Hendricks. And the swinging Uranagi into the cover, shoulders are down, doesn't hook the leg, only 2 there for Harley Riggins.
There's something so old school about Harley Riggins, don't you agree?
Certainly beats to a different drum, if you will. Harley Riggins doesn't abide by too many rules, but again, when you have Foreman Thatcher kind of shaking things up, you got to mind your P's and Q's.
Look at that, the athleticism. And you talk about Foreman Thatcher.
There you go, into the cover. Leg is hooked yet again, only 2.
As you talk about Foreman Thatcher, that's one of the things I really enjoy about the Thatcher era here of Evolve. He sees who is deserving, who is putting themselves in the mix, and gives them opportunities.
He's certainly given some big-time opportunities, made some unique matchups, and he has laid down the law ever since becoming the foreman here on Wednesday nights as the double clothesline. Riggins and Wilder both taking themselves out. And now Peter, is Tate Wilder trying to get back to his feet? You have to wonder, where is Tate at mentally now inside the ring?
Well, listen, he's tasting his own blood this whole match. That doesn't make you feel good. He started out shot out of a cannon when he came down to the ring and attacked Harley Riggins. So I think there's a chance he's emotionally and physically kind of blown up at this point.
We've certainly known the emotions have taken over Tate Wilder over the last couple of months. I mean, we saw when he was the referee in that matchup. I mean, just ultimately, every time he's inserted himself into Riggins and Hendricks' business, but Tate Wilder wants to climb that ladder yet again. He wants to put himself back into championship contention.
Tate Wilder, to me, is a guy, if he puts it all together, could be a world champion.
Indeed, the twisting suplex right there. Riggins, center of the ring. And again, only 2.
He's also got himself in incredible shape right now. And he's not afraid of anybody. As you see, Harley Riggins, one of the most dangerous and imposing figures in all of Evolve, and Tate Wilder, not scared. He wants to get his receipt.
We know Wilder likes to live on top, live in that high-risk position. He's ascended all the way, and Harley Riggins charges in, but Wilder able to evade him. Riggins comes in yet again as Wilder sticking moving right here.
Such an interesting style in the ring for Wilder. He does so many things well, a mix of power and agility.
As Tate follows Riggins in, trying to gain a measure of comeuppance. And what a backstabber there by Harley Riggins.
That was a really interesting way to get to a backstabber. Now a pinfall.
But Peter, that's 2 pinfall attempts in a row for Harley Riggins, failed to hook the leg.
And you see Cam Hendricks not too happy on the outside. And don't forget, next week he's got a massive opportunity in that Fatal 4-Way to become the #1 contender.
No question, but that kind of match is chaos. One mistake and it's over. You don't even have to be pinned to lose your opportunity.
Exactly, but if Cam can survive it, he's 1 step away from Evolve Championship gold. And you know that's where he believes he belongs.
As Harley Riggins looking out to the Evolve universe right now, certainly has not won over a lot of fanfare since his arrival here on Wednesday nights.
I get it. He's incredibly obnoxious. He's a bully, but I just see the potential. I just see so much in Harley Riggins if he were to put it all together.
Oh, Tate come back the other way, rolls him up. And that's going to be enough.
Here is your winner, Tate Wilder.
Incredible win there for T. Wilder, but just like that, Cam Hendricks picking a spot, and Peter lights Cam action.
That is the thing. When you're dealing with one of these two, you're dealing with the other one as well.
As we wonder how long can Cam Hendricks evade Tate Wilder inside the ring. Hendricks gets the last laugh. But let's hear from participant and next week's #1 contender, Fatal 4-Way.
I may be new on Evolve, but everybody is going to learn very quickly that Dorian Van Dukes is not the one to interrupt or push aside. Tate and Harley want to get into it, not allow me to get a word out. Cool. That price will be someone else to pay next week. When I arrived from Belgium, I told myself there will be no wasted step, no time to play around that, and was going to make an impact immediately. And none of that has changed. And now that Thatcher has given me a chance to be the #1 contender in a 4-way for the Evolve Championship, I refuse to let it pass me by. And I will show them what a real treats looks like. I will run through Cam, Brooks, and Tristan at the same time, and I'm gonna put my hands on Aaron Rook and the Evolve Championship.
Well, the powerhouse Van Dukes looks to be a real threat next week.
It's time, Blake. It is main event time. It's Evolve Women's Championship time. What an opportunity for the vet, Lady Luck.
It's 2-turn here for Lady Luck as she's looking to turn things up a notch and win her first championship here in Evolve. And she's got a great opportunity. She was laid it down by the new champion, Wendy Choo, and a couple of veterans gonna mix it up tonight, and we're really gonna see what Lady Luck's made of.
Absolutely. Our main event, the Evolve Women's Championship, it's on the line next.
How does an event become an experience? This is how. This is why. This is WrestleMania. We know what it means to our country, but what could it mean to a kingdom? WrestleMania. For the first time ever, from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. A phenomenon so incredible, it would need to be experienced to be believed.
And we're back here on Evolve, right on the cusp of our Women's Championship main event. And Peter, it's all smiles for Wendy Choo with that title.
Can you imagine having a piece of the magic?
How good it must feel for Wendy Choo after her long odyssey in professional wrestling to hold the gold, the Evolve Women's Champ. A lot of people didn't expect it, man. They did not know that Wendy Choo was championship material when she was the Sleepy Psycho. They thought, who is this person? But it's been an incredible evolution, if you will, every Wednesday night here on Tubi. And now Wendy Choo, the women's champ.
If you go back nearly 4 years, receiving opportunities at premium live events for the NXT Women's Championship, we thought that very well could be the peak of Wendy Choo. Through the trials and tribulations, through the therapy, she's found her way back to the top with the title. Now in a position to defend it here against the ID talent and Laney Luck. As we're set to go back to our ring announcer Mike Rome to set the table for our Evolve Women's Championship main event.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the Evolve Women's Championship. Introducing the challenger from Chicago, Illinois, Laney Luck. And her opponent from the city that never sleeps, she is the Evolve Women's Champion, Wendy Choo.
The table officially set for our championship main event. Referee Jeremy Marcus assigned to this contest. And we're talking about, once again, Peter, two veterans that have gone up and down the roads. Of course, as we mentioned, Wendy Choo, a part of the WWE for the last several years. But Laney Luck, she's had those long nights. She's been in position to now get herself here to the highest level, the biggest match of her career. Bell sounds were underway. And Peter, taking a look at this matchup, how important is it for the ID program?
I mean, imagine for Laney Luck what that says. If you can get in there and almost immediately not only get an opportunity against the champion, but come away with the title, it absolutely justifies every hope and dream of every ID talent who makes their way to Evolve.
Wendy able to escape early on here in a bit of a feeling out process between Laney Luck and Wendy Choo. First time these two have been in the ring together here at Evolve. As Wendy able to escape yet again. And Peter, going back to that Gauntlet Eliminator where Wendy Choo became the Evolve Women's Champion, how emotional of a moment was that for Wendy finally winning gold?
Well, think about the journey Wendy Choo has been on here in Evolve. I mean, there's been a lot of hype and a lot of chatter, of course, about other women in the division. Certainly our first two champions, Callie Armstrong and Kendall Gray, now both on NXT. And maybe some people took Wendy Choo,
shoulders down for both,
and her decorated history for granted. But she was there, fighting from the very beginning, and now you look up a year later, and Wendy Choo is carrying the women's division on her back.
And again, we talk about overcoming some of the trials and tribulations on the independent scene for Laney Luck, those long nights, cars breaking down. We heard from her setting the table for this matchup, and Wendy right now, she essentially handed Laney a title opportunity right now. Did Laney really earn a title chance?
I think for Wendy Choo, it's less about what Laney has shown so far in Evolve and more what she's shown over the course of her career. As you see now, the continued respect, but Laney taking advantage. Maybe that handshake was one too many.
We talk about Laney being a bit of a veteran inside the ring, seeing it on full display right there. And again, you go back to that Gauntlet Eliminator. You go back to the match that determined the final participant in the Gauntlet Eliminator. Laney Luck ruining the chances for a star like a Callie Armstrong. She's really inserted herself, and you've seen the confidence grow, mixing it up with some more experience, if you will, in the WWE superstars.
Yeah, that was a very interesting matchup with a lot of incredible talent in it. I don't think Laney Luck would have been the Vegas favorite there, but she found a way, and that's all. That's really all it's about in this business, Blake Howard, is perseverance.
It only takes 3 seconds out of the corner, and Laney gets 2 right there. Here we go, crucifix. Another attempt. Near fall. Nice counter by Wendy.
Everyone who competes for a championship on Evolve at some point was in a class.
Jackknife cover by Wendy Choo. Nice counter here by Laney Luck into a cover. Shoulders are down. There's a pinfall exchange here between the champion and challenger, center of the ring.
Goodness.
Back and forth we go. Jeremy Marcus getting a workout. As Laney Luck trying her luck against Wendy.
That was like 13 pins.
And Choo with the Japanese arm drag taking full advantage.
But as I was trying to say before, that pinfall craziness. Every one of these superstars was at some point in a class sitting with other students, learning how to become a pro wrestler. Most of those people now moved on to other things. They were not able to cut it.
Here we go, cover. That's a great point, Peter.
It's a war of attrition.
The numbers game falls off as the years go on, but these two standing tall right now, and they've got a championship in between them to potentially be that reward.
Absolutely, and Wendy Choo.
You go for the dirt nap here.
Yeah, looks like a little too early. Laney Luck with too much energy maneuvers her way out of that attempted dirt nap from Wendy Choo.
Oh! And Laney taking full advantage with the knee, and now Wendy in a prone position. And Laney Luck almost risked it all right there. Goes for the big swipe, and oh! Laney lands on her feet, a big super kick. Down goes Wendy Choo. Laney Luck turning it up right now.
And you saw some of that sneaky speed from Wendy Choo in getting out of the way from Laney right there. She will surprise you with the reflexes, that is for sure.
You can feel the emotion of the moment right here as Laney Luck from the outside in with the senton into the cover and a near fall.
Wendy Choo looking to handle things the same way our men's champion Aaron Rourke has, and that is being a fighting champion.
Well, speaking of the men's championship, we know our huge #1 contenders fatal four-way coming down next week. Tristan Angels, Dorian Van Dukes, Brooks Jensen, and Cam Hendricks will battle it out for an opportunity 3 weeks from now as Foreman Thatcher put out a huge challenge.
Think about how fast the title picture has changed here on Evolve. And some of those names you just mentioned, a month or two ago, they were not even here on Evolve, and now find themselves with an opportunity to get in the mix for the title.
Quickly ascending the ladder as Laney Luck picks the ankle there of Wendy Choo, and now Luck from the outside in with the splash. Cover!
I think for Wendy Choo, there's a lot of pressure in this matchup. You can't be a one-hitter quitter. You can't win the title, then show up and instantly lose it. It really hurts the credibility. Wendy Choo needs to win this title defense.
I mean, Peter, to that point, that puts a lot of pressure on the veteran Choo.
Absolutely. Listen, as nice a story as it would be if Laney Luck were able to win the title here, think about what it says for Wendy Choo, who wins that title after it's vacated by
Wendy
Kendall
trying
Gray.
to shift her weight right now, shoulder down to Laney.
And then loses it in her first defense. It would be brutal.
Remember, she handpicked Laney Luck a couple of weeks back for this opportunity. As Wendy Choo, amidst her celebration, that could end up turning into a nightmare. As Wendy unloading right now. As we know, more action in the women's division coming next week, as we saw earlier on coming together, Carmen Petrovic and Nikita Lyons 1 week from now. And they may be looking at still the champion Wendy Choo.
Well,
only
here's
two.
the thing, and I don't mean this as any disrespect to Wendy Choo, but when you see some people like Kendall Gray and Callie Armstrong leave the women's division, you have to think there are going to be some other women, Nikita Lyons, Carmen Petrovic, who think, yeah, Wendy has the title right now, but this division's now wide open.
It very well could be, as you see the big roundhouse kick from Laney Luck stunning Wendy Choo. Wendy trying to get back to her feet as Laney connects with the Shining Wizard. Center of the ring, hooks the outside leg! And right on the cusp is Laney Luck. Peter, I thought we were looking at potentially a brand new champion right there.
Laney Luck was a half a second away from being Evolve Women's Champion.
In a fireman's carry position, Wendy trying to elbow out. Wendy sensing that urgency right now.
Laney Luck, as you see.
O'Connor roll attempt here by Laney Luck. Will that be? And Wendy, nice counter right to the dirt nap. As Laney shifts her weight.
Great reversal by Laney Luck.
She certainly did her homework, studied that tape. And Wendy gonna hit the snooze button into the cover. And right on the cusp yet again. And Peter, if you take a look at Wendy's face, I'm not sure she has anything left in her arsenal to throw at Laney Luck.
Well, remember, she has not successfully locked in the dirt nap yet. That is what Wendy Choo will go for.
Excellent point right there indeed. As Wendy trying to go back to the drawing board here. Tying up Laney Luck right in the trio. Whoa.
Could be cannonball time.
Wendy measuring up. Laney, no one there.
Man, look at the core strength of Laney Luck to get out of the way.
As Laney going back to her perch. We know Wendy will risk it all. We've seen her in last woman standing matches, I quit matches, no DQ matches. She's certainly battle tested.
Oh, no question. She does not care. She will go up top. She will go down low. Wendy Choo will do everything to defend that title.
Both these women putting themselves in risky position with the Evolve Women's Championship. Hanging the balance right now. Superplex by the champion.
So now you're seeing the snooze button. You're seeing the superplex from Wendy Choo.
It could be dirt nap or bust here, Peter.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. The question is, has she done enough here to soften up Laney Luck and lock in that dirt nap in the middle of the ring and put Lady Luck to sleep.
As Lady Luck trying to get back to her feet, of course, we saw the final evolution of Kendall Gray. She went to Tuesday nights. We saw last week Callie Armstrong. She pulled out a big win, and now she goes to Tuesday nights. And wait a second, Nikita Lyons, Slow Jacobs.
What the hell is going on here?
Peter, we're right in the middle of a championship match. As Nikita, with a big strike laying out Wendy Choo. We saw these two trying to make a music video earlier tonight.
Absolutely no reason for either of these women to be down here at this time.
It looks like we're not gonna have a winner. And they're gonna break right into a dance party here as Slow Jacobs and Nikita Lyons unloading on the Evolve Women's Champion.
Just no need for this. Nikita Lyons knows better than this. This is not how you get yourself in the championship picture. You had a chance.
Oh, wait a minute. Might be time for some shing-shing action.
Uh-oh. Carmen Petrovic is here.
Carmen is pointing right at Nikita Lyons. These two are on a collision course for next Wednesday. But we'll certainly continue this next week on Evolve.